Now we assemble the accessories and then test the generator. The original accessories are all new. Considering that we will test the machine later, we use the old ones for some pipes. First, connect the cooling pump. Use a hose to connect the cooling water in on the generator with the pump. The other end of the hose is connected to the cooling pump. The cooling pump has direction requirements. The direction indicated by the arrow on the cooling pump should be aligned with the direction of cooling water in. It is strictly forbidden to install in the opposite direction. Please use a hose to connect the other end of the cooling pump to this white plastic box. This box is used to store the refrigerant. And then the pump will pump the refrigerant into the machine for work. There is a cooling water out connector on the generator, which is connected to freezer box with a hose. The entire assembly of the cooling pump is completed. Next, we assemble the seawater pump. There is a seawater in connector on the generator, which is connected to the seawater pump with a hose. This is also required by the direction, so don't get it wrong. This time we use a DC pump, and sometimes the seawater pump is different, and it is matched according to the requirements of the customer. The other end of the seawater pump is connected to a hose. A backflow prevention bottom valve is installed at the end of the hose, which can prevent backflow and prevent some impurities from entering when pumping seawater. We can use this water to simulate seawater for generator testing. Next, connect the water lock to the engine exhaust connector on the generator, which is the discharge of seawater and power gas. This is the positive and negative input of the battery. Red is the positive, black is the negative. Do not connect it wrongly. It will burn out the internal components of the generator. Connect it to the 12-voltage battery and ensure that the battery has sufficient power. There is a generator sine wave output from the inverter. Connect it to the load. It is the electricity on board. The installation is finished. The next video will arrange the generator testing. This is a cable that connects to the controller. Connect the connector on the end of the cable to the connector on the back of the controller. Be sure to plug it in tightly so it doesn't fall off. These two are oil pipes. One is the fuel in, the other is the fuel out, and the one with the filter is the fuel in. Put the fuel pipe of fuel in at the bottom of the diesel fuel tank, and put the fuel out in the middle of the fuel tank. Next, add engine oil to the generator. First, we need to open the outlet of the generator. This is an inverter technology, variable RPM diesel generator. Engine is Kubota seawater cooling with compact size. Open the oil cap, add 1.5 liter of engine oil. The amount of oil added to different models is different. Some are 1.5 liter, some are 1.7 liter, or 2.1 liter. Please add. After filling the oil, close the lid. We can take out the ruler and take a look. This is marked at the position of 1.5 liter, and the maximum is above it. In the later maintenance, we can also pull out the ruler to see if the oil is sufficient. Well, the oil filling is completed. Now debug the oil pump. First turn on the battery switch. Check if the throttle motor control is working properly. This step is very important. Press the button of fuel pump check on the panel. The water pump will make a sound of da 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 da. The pipe of fuel out diesel oil flows out until there is no foam, clear oil. It means the pump working normally. Press the green button. It is okay. Next, debug the cooling pump. Pour the refrigerant into the white box. Click the silver button on the panel. The cooling pump starts to work, pumping the coolant into the generator. We need to add additional coolant to keep it sufficient. It is very important to debug the water pump. This step must be done well. Now fill the seawater pump with water. Pick up the water pipe at the end of the seawater pump and fill the pipe with water. This step is very important and must be done. The assembly and debugging of each component are completed. Now we start the generator. Cover the casing, make it tightly. Press the green start button on the controller. Generally, a new machine needs to be started about 2 to 5 times. It is normal. The generator is working now and very quiet. This generator is exported to North America, so the voltage is 120 voltage and the frequency is 60 Hz. While the generator is working, it is very important to observe whether the seawater pump is working normally. Also observe whether the circulating pump is working properly. Let's listen to the sound of this generator. It is very light, and the sound is almost the same when the load is added. We have tested it before. Look at the data of the controller. The first item is the voltage frequency of the generator, and the second item is the voltage of the battery. Let's look at the data on the controller again. The first is the voltage. Press the triangle down. This is the temperature of the sensor. Then press down to show how long the generator has been working. Okay, finished. Thanks for watching.